This is Bellwork for Monday, February 5th. On number 1, it's asking us to graph with the given domain and find the range y equals x plus 4. And the domain is -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So what I want to do for this one is I'm going to make an x and a y table. And the x's are going to be the domain. And then the y's are the range. Okay, so we have -2 for first value. We'll put that into our equation. We'll get y is equal to -2 plus 4. So we're going to get 2 for the y. -1 plus 4 is going to be 3. 0 plus 4 is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. And then 2 plus 4 is 6. So these are the ranges. And then to graph it, we'll create our XY axis and then just plot the points. So our first point is -2 and 2, which is right here. Then we have -1 and 3. We have 0 and 4, 1 and 5, and 2 and 6. Okay, number 2 is asking us to find the x and y intercepts of 6x minus 3y is equal to -3. So what I want to do first on that one is put it into slope-intercept form, so I can see what the y-intercept is just by looking. So to do that, I want to get y by itself. So I'm going to start by subtracting 6x from both sides. And I'll get -3y is equal to -6x minus 3. And then I want to divide both sides by -3. And that'll give me 2x, or y is equal to 2x plus 1. Okay, so for the next step, what I want to do is, well, first let's write down the y-intercept. We can get that just by looking. It's right here. It's +1. So our y-intercept is 1. And then for the x-intercept, it's where the line crosses the x-axis. So that means that's where y is equal to 0. So all I have to do is put a 0 in for y and then solve for x. So I'll get 0 is equal to 2x plus 1. Subtract 1 from both sides. And I'll get -1 is equal to 2x divided by 2, and we'll get x is equal to -1/2. So my x-intercept is -1/2. On number 3, it's asking us to factor n squared plus 2n is equal to -48. So to factor this, what I need to do is I need to find two numbers that multiply to give me -48, and the same two numbers added together will give me +2. So I'm going to start by thinking of factors of 48. I'm going to try to get two factors of it that are 2 away from each other, so when I add them they'll equal 2. So let's see, we could do 6 times 8, those are 2 away, so let's use those. Alright, so we're going to do N and 6, and then N and 8. Now I have to figure out which one we're going to add, which one we're going to subtract. Okay, so what I got is I have a negative 48. That means one's going to have to be adding, one's going to have to be subtracting, and a positive 2. The positive 2 means that the bigger number has to be added. So it's going to be a plus 8 and a minus 6. Okay, number 4, it's asking us to construct an equilateral triangle. So I'm going to start by drawing a line, actually a line segment, and it's going to be one of the sides of my triangle. Okay, so there's the first side of my triangle. My next step is I'm going to draw a circle, and it's going to be from the end point of my line segment. It's going to be the center, and the radius is going to be the length of my line segment. Then after you find a circle from the one end point, you just go to the other end point and make another circle. And then where the two circles cross, let's say it was up here, you would draw the sides of your triangle. On number 5, it's asking us to describe the correlation. So we have a setting and a temperature. Now correlation is where one depends on the other. And looking at the setting, it's constantly increasing. So it's increasing. And then the temperature is also increasing. So this is called a positive correlation.